Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been probably almost 2 weeks since I've really posted on Instagram or Twitter, and since I've really made a video. I'm gonna let you guys know right now from this title. You can see it's gonna be a very serious topic, and it's I'm still not 100% better yet. I'm still haven't recovered fully. For the most part, I can go anywhere I want. I'm not in quarantine anymore. Um, for me, mine was 10 days. And right now, like, like I'm trying. Like, I was like, okay, I want to do this video. I've been saying this for like 3 or 4 days now. And I finally just, I have like some time. I'm like cleaning and stuff and disinfecting my room. But as I speak, it's like I could take a full breath now. But the minute I start to talk and stuff, it's kind of like in here. You know what I mean? Like it's in here. It kind of makes my ribs hurt a little bit. I start coughing. So, excuse me for like coughing throughout this video. But it's been real. You know what I mean? So, okay. So you guys know I've been seeing a lot of comments and I've been getting messages, and a lot of people have been like wondering and worried, like, where have you been? What are you doing? Are you still sick? Are you better? And I'm just like in bed for like 10 plus days. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna give you guys like from beginning till end, like how it's been going and how I knew I was sick and stuff. Um See, it's even like now, like it's like I am like 99.9% better, but I have that cough still, and it's not funny. And it's getting better, but it's still there a little bit. So, all right. Today is November 1st. It is Monday. And I started to get sick. I want to say, don't mind me, I'm looking at my calendar right now. I don't remember. It was like it was October. Um, let's see. I believe it was around the 20th, I want to say. Maybe, okay. Maybe on a Tuesday. Like, Tuesday. If I'm not mistaken. I know it was on a Tuesday. I don't know the exact date. So, it was like Tuesday. I was like, while I was working, I was doing like my normal 6 days a week and like 8, 10, 12 hours. I was doing fine. I was regular, and um, I will put this out there. I will say this, and I am not afraid of any backlash of what people might say. I know I was not wearing a mask. Was not 100% protecting myself, because when I was working, a lot of you that know me personally or know me know that the work that I do, which I cannot disclose for privacy, like for me, you know what I mean, my safety and my privacy. So I can't really go into detail about like where I work and what I do. And those of you that know, it's optional to wear a mask. You don't have to wear a mask. I'm not vaccinated. I've heard a lot of scary reviews on being vaccinated, but I'm like thinking, I have considered it. So right now I just haven't really fully, you know what I mean, just coming down from being sick and stuff. So I wear gloves all the time when I work. I constantly wash my hands. I was wearing a mask until they told us that, it's not required but highly recommended. Well, nobody that I really work with wear a mask unless they're sick. So we all just kind of stopped wearing them. First, I was iffy about it. First, I'm like, no, I have to wear it. I have to protect myself, to protect other people. And then it got to a point where it was like I was almost passing out and like fainting, dizzy spells and stuff, because it would be so hot, and I get extremely like overheated and hot, and I have to be very careful with that. I have ways to cool myself down. But excuse me. But I had to stop wearing the mask because of those problems that I was experiencing while I was working my job. And it was just entirely too hot for me, especially in the summertime when we would have like heat advisories and stuff, which was not that long ago. And then like overnight it gets so cold, you know what I mean? So it's not like, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. All I feel like is there's different opinions. People talk like, oh, the mask will protect you. Oh, it doesn't protect you. But when I wore it, I didn't get sick. But I was getting sick in other ways of like, you know what I mean? Not dehydration, being overheated and exhausted and stuff. So I kind of regret not wearing it all the time. But at the same time, it was like, damn, like, I can't work a job wearing this thing constantly and it's so hot. So I was taking a risk by not wearing one. So I continue going to work, and there's like I don't really know what's going on around me. There are other departments, there are other people. We are involved with the public a lot. You don't know what people might have that comes in and out of those doors. You don't know if they have COVID, the flu, a cold. You don't know what they have that can be highly contagious. You know what I mean? So, and in the moment, you're not really thinking about that. But I always kind of in my back of my mind, I'm like telling myself like, oh, this is kind of scary. There's so many people. Like damn. So I just do my regular thing. I was exercising. I wasn't really watching when I was eating and stuff. Like, I kind of was and I kind of wasn't. So, and I did lose some weight. I did shed a few pounds before I had gotten sick. But I was trying to stay healthy. I went from not getting much sleep to getting sleep, and I was just extremely exhausted a lot of times because I was all you do is work, and it's all you wake up to and go to bed to. It's gonna wear down on you sooner or later. It takes a toll on your body, so you have to be very healthy in order to not be like become sick, or you know what I mean, stuff like that. So Tuesday, I was like a normal Tuesday, and work by myself. I came home and took a shower and everything. I ate something and went to sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night, and then I'm up for like let me see, like maybe 4 a.m. till 4 a.m. till like 6 a.m. or 7, and I finally went back to sleep. And I was just like so thirsty. Like my throat was so dry. I felt like I was dehydrated, and I had to poop, but it wasn't diarrhea. So TMI. So I get up, I drink a bunch of water, I drink a bunch of Gatorade. I had like some Coke Zero, and I'm like, like I just could not get enough to drink. And I'm like, maybe I'm just dehydrated from work because I did work really hard. But I'm like, it doesn't really affect me like any other way. And I drink like these big, huge things of water throughout the night. Like I drink a lot of water. And so I tried to go back to sleep. I did. And Wednesday, I should say Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday rolls around. I get up because I had an early shift, kind of. Well, not real early, but for me, it was like 11 a.m. till close, which was like after 10. So I was out of there probably about 11 o'clock. Well, I was there all day, and it was a slow day. And I started noticing that I kind of started feeling kind of tired, like probably like around 4:30 in the afternoon. I was feeling really tired, and then I started developing a cough, and it was like I'm getting a cold. That's the first thing I thought. I'm catching a cold. Great, just what I need. And so it's like all in my throat. I could feel it in my chest, and then it kind of that cough that hurts. You develop that cough that kind of makes your body hurt a little bit, and it takes a lot out of you kind of when you cough. That's how I was feeling. I drink some hot tea with honey and lemon. I drink lots of water. I drink some orange juice. And I told my coworker, I told my coworker, and I told my supervisor and two of the managers actually, that I said I think I'm starting to get sick. I think I'm catching a cold. And they're like, oh no, don't say that. We can't afford to have you sick right now. You have to be here. So I'm like, okay. So later on at night, I'm like coughing and coughing and coughing. And then by the time, like, Wednesday was my Friday, so Thursday rolls around. Thursday, I am like having a cold, like a full on cold. And I felt kind of achy and tired and a little fatigued and just drained. And it was like, in my mind, I thought, oh, this is a cold. It's a bad cold, or it's my allergies. I'm pretty sure it's a cold. That's what I thought. And it's what it felt like. So then it was like to turn into like this cough. I went out and did my grocery shopping. Yes, I wore my mask. Um, I was able to eat and stuff. And then like I went to bed a little early, and then I got back up, and then I went back to bed because I think I had cough medicine that I got. Like I got some tablets or something. Sorry, stretching. I got some tablets and stuff from the store. And then Friday rolls around, and Friday I'm like so fatigued. I'm so tired. I'm dizzy at this point. I'm like dizzy. I'm nauseated off and on. Um, like whenever like I would look at the light, it would be so too bright. You know what I mean? Like it would just blind me, and I'm like how am I gonna do this? What am I gonna do? So my coworkers and everybody, they weren't comfortable, so they wanted me to put a mask on. So I'm like, okay. And excuse me, my my managers were like, can you wear a mask or whatever? We need you here to work, but can you wear your mask? Because there was some concerns. I'm like, yeah, I was kind of pissed because I'm like, I thought it was just cold. And I didn't, when I walked into work that day, my whole head felt like it was this big and like it was pounding. And I was just like, somebody was shouting my name, hi, Leslie, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, you know? And then people that didn't really know me looked at me and they're like, you look like you don't feel good. I'm like, I don't. And so I would just take my cough medicine every 4 hours. Uh, I had like a long sleeve black shirt on, a sweater on underneath of my work shirt. And I said, there's a bathroom there if I have to throw up. There's trash cans if I have to throw up. Sierra Mist if I need any orange juice. Hot tea if I need it. Cough syrups right here. Chew some gum to keep your mouth from drying out. You have plenty of Vicks. Get through this night and go the hell home. So I was just so did not feel well. So then I made it through that night. I did well. Come home, I take a shower, go to bed. Saturday comes around and I'm just like, like so, like, ugh, I'm so tired. And it was like, I think I can do this. I think I can do this. And then I told my manager that I wasn't feeling well. I was like, I don't feel well. I'm nauseous. I'm dizzy. I've been so dizzy for like 3 or 4 days. I think it's the flu. I'm very fatigued. I have chills. And they tell me to take my temperature. When I check it, I had no temperature. I had no fever. But when you have chills, you're cold, and everybody else is hot, that's your fever, right? So mine was reading like normal, like 98 something. You know what I mean? 98 point whatever. And so I kept taking my temp. Nothing. Just kept up with my cough medicine every 4 hours. And I was like, okay, I can get through this night. And I was eating fine. Like I would feel like, I'd be more full faster, but I was eating. I'd finished my food. I had no problem eating. I was a little nauseous here and there, but it wasn't nothing bad. So Saturday's out of the way, go home, do my regular routine and stuff. Sunday rolls around, I go into work at 2, supposed to work till 10. And this is when it was like the worst. This is when I needed to go. This is when I knew that I could no longer be at work. This is when I said, okay, I'm sick. I need to go home. I need to rest because working all these extra hours and extra days is not working for me. It's not cutting it for me. It's wearing down on me and I am very sick. And I was still dizzy. I could barely walk from here to there without feeling like I was going to fall over. I had to stop every few feet and just kind of gather myself and like go. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, like, this is fine. I can do this. I can do this. Like, no, I can't. So I had to tell them, I threw up in the bathroom. There's no other way they're going to let me go home unless I throw up and get sick. So I went and ate my lunch, my dinner, and then I did feel sick. Went to the bathroom, got a little sick, told them that, and then they told me, can you go take your temperature, blah, 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 blah. Like, I really am in no shape or form, lady, to walk my fat ass down there to take my temperature and to, like, come back and forth. I am winded. I'm out of breath. I am tired. I need to go home. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So, it was like a process for me getting out of my workplace. It was so, they asked me, can you hold on a second and let so-and-so skip in front of you since they're the only person out here, blah, 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 blah. Like, listen, lady, I feel like I'm going to fucking die. I was about to jump over the counter and scratch your face off. That's how I was so sick. When you're sick, nothing else matters but getting better. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. And for them to do that and me having to wait, it was so miserable. So I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm going home. Y'all, when I tell you, I left, my ride came to pick me up. It was a beautiful day. Like, I'm not going to lie. I love the fall time. I do. It was so beautiful. It was so windy. It was so cool. The leaves were so pretty. And through all of this sickness and all of this miserable and like misery and, all this misery and sickness, it was like I still managed to be positive and think how beautiful it was outside. I'm like, it is so pretty out here, but I'm so sick, like it was like that. And so I'm just like, okay, like I gotta go home and rest. That's all you gotta do. That's all you can do. So I go home, y'all, I'm bawling my eyes out in my room. I come to my room and I'm like, I had a full on freaking meltdown. Like, I broke down because I was not feeling well, because I felt so nasty inside. Like, my head was hurting, my body was hurting, I was chilled, I was fatigued, I was nauseous, I was dizzy, I was like coughing and it hurt my entire body every time I coughed, and I was so tired and I was doing all these hours, and I'm just like, I got the runaround before I got home and I'm not feeling well, so of course I had a meltdown, complete meltdown, but I felt better after I cried it all out, just cried it all out, that's fine. So, I like took my meds, went to sleep or whatever. And I was like, my boss told me, I said, there's no way I'm gonna be able to come in today. It was on like, it's Monday now. I'm like, I'm not feeling well. They're gonna give me a COVID test at my clinic at 1:45, and if that test is negative, they're gonna give me a 2:20 appointment to see what's wrong and to see what they can give me. I'm like, okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's the flu. So they're like, okay, like, give me updated, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right. So I go to my clinic and they test me at 1:45. They told me to pull around the side, and I did. And the lady comes out, and I recognized her from before. I had driven myself. Like, from my house, it's like probably like, it's within walking distance. Like, it's probably like not even 5 minutes away. By car, it's like a minute or two. So I had like got in my car, pulled out of the driveway, took off, and I had to like stop because I'm like, oh, I really am sick, And it was like I was so dizzy, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I had to talk to myself and tell myself I can do this. It's fine. So I was able to make it there. When I would stop, I'm telling you, I hit the brakes like like I slammed on the brakes, not intentionally, but it was just because I just wasn't, my mind and stuff. So the lady comes out. I'm like, I know her from somewhere. She took my temperature when I would go get my medication in the clinic. Is she a nurse? I don't know if she's a nurse. Maybe she's a nurse and I just didn't know she was a nurse, So she asked me my symptoms, asked me how I felt, what rated my pain level, was like an 8. I didn't want to make it sound too serious because I ain't trying to, make them put me in the hospital and shit. All I know is I felt a little crappy and I got through it. You know what I mean? It was day 6 already. So she's like, I told them, I said, I called early that morning and they told me they can get me in that afternoon. So it was a lot of waiting. And I said, I don't like the nasal swab. Can you please do a throat swab? And they said, yeah, but the only way we can do a throat swab is if you don't eat or drink 30 minutes prior to your appointment. So I was like, okay, I can do that. It's fine. Because I've had like 3 or 4 nasal swabs, and I've had like a throat swab before. So like I had like 7 COVID tests altogether, and all of them came back negative. But this last test I had, so it made you gag a little bit. I kind of gagged a little bit. Kind of hurt my throat because I had like, throat was kind of itchy and stuff. And so I had to wait about less than 15 minutes or so. She comes back out and tells me, your test is positive. We may be able to qualify for an IV infusion. If you're interested, let me know. And I'm like, okay. She's like, it might be something that if you qualify for it. She's like, I'm gonna go back and read the qualifications and we'll let you know. I'm like, okay. So anybody with like any underlying like health, like severe health risk, you know what I mean? Like something that could cause you to be very, very ill, near death or hospitalized, And she asked me what kind of problems that I have, and I was like, I just have like thyroid disorder. I have a blood pressure problem and a cholesterol problem, and I get it checked, all the time, and it's fine. So, I qualified. And then if your BMI is like 195 or over, in other words, if you're like obese or if you're overweight, then you can qualify. So I told her, yeah, I would do it, not really understanding what it was. I said it can make you feel better and stuff. Okay. And then I asked her while she was there, I said, like, I'm feeling really, really nauseous. Can you give me a nausea medication that I could take so I won't have to feel so sick? And this is when she told me to just go to the hospital and do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I'm right here. Like, I want it. So I was refused that once I was there, very sick, very disappointed. And so they sent me away, not telling me any information, like no comfort, no nothing. Like they don't tell you anything. They don't tell you what to expect. She's like, well, you're already on day 6, so you're gonna have to quarantine for 14 days. Okay, so that fuck, okay, I could do this. A million things are running through my mind. I was not afraid. I was not like scared that I came back positive. I kind of expected it, but I never thought that it would. So you never really do think that. So I was just like very sick. I just wanted to get better. So she's like, the hospital will call you. I waited. Nobody ever called. I called them. The lady's like, you should be heading up here because it's something you should be getting done. Okay. And when I was like, my friend was getting ready to take me, it's like, okay. They called me and said, we need you here at 8 a.m. in the morning. Like, I am so sick. You want me to get up out of bed and come there at 8 a.m. in the morning? Like, who is going to want to drive, get out of bed when they have COVID, when they're very ill, to go up there? You know what I mean? It's not very far, but just the fact that I was already out, I wish I would have gotten it done. You know what I mean? They don't want to wait any longer. I was so tired, you guys. Like, I was so exhausted. And, so I waited till the next day. I went home. Well, we went to the store. My friend went to the store for me and got some stuff. Actually, let me take it back. Because there are people that really care. So after I tested positive, I got home. As soon as I get in my door, as soon as I get my shoes off and I'm like laying down, I'm like crying again because I don't feel well. And it's my way of feeling better just to cry it out, when I'm by myself. Not when there's a room full of people, when I'm by myself. It gives me comfort. There was a lady that called. She knows who she is. She watches my videos. Thank you. But it was like, dang, word spreads fast, Like, people find these things out fast. They told me, if there's anything that you need, let us know. Write a list. We can go and get you groceries or get you a few things that you may need. Okay. And then talked to her a little bit and I explained to her my situation. And a couple minutes after, like once we hung up, somebody knocked on the door. And I'm like, who is knocking on my door? So I get up and I make my way in. I struggle into the living room. And there's a big basket, you guys. Like a huge basket full of necessity items. Like household cleaning items, trash bags, toilet paper, paper towel, laundry detergent, toothbrush, toothpaste, thermometers, Pedialyte. There was $100 gift card to Walmart. There was a lot of necessary items that I needed that helped me out a lot. And um, I'm very thankful for those. I am. You can ask my friend. Like, I was bawling. I was so sick. You know, when you're just so sick and you're so out of it, it's okay to cry. Like, I was so sick, and I was bawling my eyes out because I'm like, oh, I got home and there was a package and people do care, blah, 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 blah. So and so called and blah, 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 you know? Like, I was bawling my eyes out. Like, I can understand. Like, it's nice. When you go from people not caring to not giving a two shits about how you feel, making you do all these extra, like, stops and runs and waiting and rescheduling or come later, you know, to, how can I say it, good things coming your way. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that means a lot. Trust me. And people don't have to do those things, but they do. So it's really nice. And also, what I was able to really stomach and I loved was the mango pineapple smoothies from McDonald's. That, and I had ginger ale. Ginger ale was my best friend. Vicks Vapor Rub, cough medicine, Dayquil, NyQuil, severe, Mucinex congestion. Let's see. I showered, tried to shower and stuff. I had diarrhea. I'm not gonna lie, I did have a couple accidents on myself because I thought I had to fart and it was actually a poop. And then, yeah, I had to wash a lot of panties. Well, not me, but one of my good friends washed my panties for me. So, I was taken care of. I was very much taken care of. My puppies were very much taken care of, so I really, really am thankful for that. And I got this paper here. You guys can see that I crumbled it up because I was going to throw it in the trash when I was cleaning a few minutes ago. And I decided, oh no, I can't throw that away because this is something that I can keep for future references. You know what I mean? So I get to the place, the hospital. They dropped me by the emergency exit doors. I had to pick up the phone and call. They was aware that I had COVID. They told me to step outside so I can be 6 feet away from the next person that may enter the building. It was freezing outside and windy, so I was kind of pissed about that because I'm like, who the fuck is gonna come out here? You know what I mean? I'm already here. I already brought all my germs and shit through this hallway. I already touched the phone. You're gonna come out here and sanitize it? So the girl comes right away. Asked me how I was feeling, blah 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 blah, and I was in no mood to talk. I was in no shape or form to like communicate, and you know what I mean, just enough to say, you know, I'm alive, I'm fine, I'm breathing. She checked all of my vitals. My oxygen levels were good. That's one thing they're gonna ask you. They're gonna check you for your oxygen levels, your blood pressure. My blood pressure was like 130, 134, I think. Then it dropped down to like 121. Then it was like 118. And then I kind of got worried. I'm like, why does my blood pressure keep dropping and dropping and dropping? So then it goes back up to like 121 and it stayed 121. So I was good. My oxygen levels were good, like I said. Told her I was on day 6. I told her I had a bad cough. They stuck me in my hand, for as you can see. I have a bunch of cat scratches from my mom's cat attacking me, but they stuck me there. They stuck the IV through there. I had to sit there for over an hour for the IV to go through the infusion. Then we had to wait an hour for observation to make sure that I had no, allergic reaction to that, in which they said there was really no reported cases of that ever happening. And I was a little nervous, but I'm like, it is what it is. I'm gonna take my chance, whatever. So it was fine. Like I said, I was feverish. She gave me 2 blankets that were really hot when I got them on me. And I had a blood pressure thing on this arm, all of the stuff in this hand. I was sitting up in a chair, and I'm in the room by myself, and they're like, we do ask that you know, wear the mask as soon as we enter, but while we're not in here, you could, you know, take it off. So I'm like, okay. I was on my phone the entire time, you know, I was just trying to think positive and stuff, and couldn't believe I freaking got sick, you know. It's just like, you know, things happen. It's, you know, what's meant to be is meant to be. It doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. So anyways, they says allergic reactions can happen during and after the infusion or injection of REGEN-COV. You gotta seek medical help. You know, like it could cause like fever, chills, nausea, headache, shortness of breath, lower, high blood pressure, rapid or slow heart rate, chest discomfort or pain, weakness, confusion, tired, wheezing, swelling of the lips, face, throat, rash, including hives, itching, muscle aches, feeling faint, dizziness, and sweating. Okay, well, I was feeling all of those symptoms before I even went in there, so it would be hard to tell if I had an allergic reaction or not, but I guess you can tell. Excuse me. Okay, how will I receive REGEN-COV? I may be pronouncing this wrong. REGEN-COV consists of 2 investigational medicines. Casirivmab, C-A-S-I, Casirivmab, V-I-M-A-B, and imdevimab. And imdevimab. Why are these words so difficult? Could somebody help me? I-M-D-E-V-I-M-A-B. Anyway, those 2 medications are given together at the same time through a vein, intravenous, or IV, or injected in the tissue just under the skin, subcutaneous. Subcutaneous injections. Your healthcare provider will determine the most appropriate way for you to be given. It could, if you're receiving an infusion, the infusion will take 20 to 50 minutes or longer. It can be longer, it's about an hour. Let me tell you, if you guys want more information, you want me to do a video on this, let me know. I will leave some details in the description below for you guys, so you guys can Google that. You know, if there's any questions you have, concerns, or if you've been diagnosed, and you don't feel comfortable talking to anybody because nobody understands, I understand. So you guys can message me on Instagram or Twitter, or you can comment down below and I'll communicate back with you, if that makes you feel better. Anything I can do to help. It makes you very, very ill. My heart goes out to anybody that may have, you know, lost a loved one, or somebody that, you know, came close to losing out, you know what I mean? Because it is serious. It's very serious. It's very scary. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish back to my cleaning and stuff. I got that infusion, guys, and I was on day 6. By later on that evening, I was sweating. I broke my fever that night, and all my aches and pains went away. My chills went away. Everything little by little just started coming back together and regrouping, and I started to feel like a person again. Started to feel like who my old self that I was before any of that had happened. It is scary. Like I said, I'm here for anybody that, you know, if you need like support, or if you need like any information, or you want to know more of my experience to help you feel better, so you can cope with it, you know, I can give you some advice. Just make sure, you may not be sick now, you may not ever get it. Just make sure you have all your necessary items in your house, meaning make sure you have some Vicks. This stuff right here, I take a whole bunch, take it here, back, between, underneath, and I was able to breathe. Make sure you have like cough meds, lots of toilet paper, orange juice, lots of orange juice. Orange juice did help me tremendously. It really does work miracles. Sure you have lots of stuff to stay hydrated. Bland foods, you know, stuff you can eat that you might be able to stomach. There is a nausea med that you can get, and I've been taking these pills not every day. I don't take them every day, only when I'm sick, like if I had the flu or like I had COVID. I got a nausea medication called ondansetron. Starts with an O. You could Google it. Nausea meds starts with an O. Ondansetron. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but I ended up calling it in myself and then delivered it like 2 hours later. So it was a mess. Helps a lot though. Keeps you from feeling like you're gonna get sick and you don't get sick. You know. So if for any information, hit me up, guys. Okay. Love you. Bye.